Narendra Modi's unprecedented third term as India's Prime Minister marks a watershed moment in the nation's political history. While the victory solidified his position as a towering figure in Indian politics, it also exposed vulnerabilities unseen in his previous landslide wins. The reduced margin of victory suggests a potential shift in the political landscape, indicating that the electorate's unwavering faith in Modi and the Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, might be waning. The 2024 election was anticipated to be a tight contest, with the BJP facing challenges from a resurgent opposition and growing public discontent over economic woes. The outcome, though ultimately in Modi's favor, revealed a complex interplay of factors that will define his third term. The days of absolute dominance seem to be fading, replaced by a more contested and uncertain political terrain. This new era demands a nuanced understanding of the dynamics that propelled Modi to victory yet again, while simultaneously chipping away at his aura of invincibility. The shrinking mandate underscores the challenges of maintaining absolute power in a diverse and vibrant democracy like India. As Modi embarks on his third term, he faces the task of navigating this altered political landscape, where his legendary political acumen will be tested like never before. The coming years will reveal whether this seasoned politician can adapt his strategies to address the concerns of an increasingly diverse and demanding electorate. The answer holds immense significance not only for India's future, but also for the future of democratic values in a world grappling with rising authoritarianism. The BJP's performance in the 2024 election, while securing another term, demonstrated a perceptible dip in their electoral dominance. The party's reliance on its formidable election machinery and Modi's charisma proved insufficient to replicate the sweeping victories of the past. This decline in electoral fortunes is partly attributed to the BJP's waning influence in crucial states and a consolidation of opposition forces. The results also highlighted the significance of regional parties and their role in shaping national politics. The BJP's dependence on coalition partners to reach the majority mark underscores the limitations of a purely national narrative. This dependence on regional allies could potentially impact the BJP's policy decisions in the future, requiring a more collaborative approach. The shifting electoral sands suggest that the BJP's pan-Indian dominance is not impervious to regional aspirations and local concerns. The party will need to recalibrate its strategies, focusing on strengthening its presence at the grassroots level and addressing regional anxieties. The ability to strike a balance between national ambitions and regional aspirations will be crucial for the BJP's continued success. The 2024 elections serve as a stark reminder that Indian politics is not monolithic. The BJP's reduced majority underscores the dynamism and unpredictability inherent in the Indian electoral system. As the party navigates this new reality, its ability to adapt to the changing dynamics of coalition politics will be paramount. Narendra Modi's enduring appeal stems from his carefully cultivated image as a decisive leader and a charismatic orator. His ability to connect with the masses, particularly in rural India, remains unparalleled. This personal charisma, combined with a tightly controlled party machinery, has been instrumental in the BJP's electoral successes. However, Modi's leadership style, often characterized as centralized and top-down, has also attracted criticism. Concerns have been raised about the shrinking space for dissent and the increasing concentration of power. The muzzling of critical voices and the pressure on institutions have fueled anxieties about the health of India's democracy. Despite these criticisms, Modi's popularity among a significant section of the population remains undeniable. His image as a strong leader, capable of taking tough decisions, resonates with many Indians. The challenge for Modi in his third term lies in balancing his assertive style with a more accommodative approach. The success of his third term hinges on his ability to address the concerns of those who feel marginalized or unheard. He must navigate the tightrope of maintaining his strongman image, while also fostering a more inclusive and participatory democracy. His legacy will be judged not only on his electoral victories, but also on his ability to uphold the values enshrined in India's constitution. Under Modi's leadership, India has assumed a more assertive role on the global stage. His foreign policy initiatives, focused on enhancing India's strategic autonomy and building partnerships with like-minded nations, have yielded mixed results. While India has gained recognition as a rising power, its relationships with neighboring countries remain strained. On the economic front, Modi's policies have been marked by a push for liberalization and attracting foreign investment. The government's flagship initiatives like Make in India aim to transform India into a global manufacturing hub. However, progress has been uneven, and challenges such as unemployment and poverty persist. India's human rights record under Modi's government has drawn international scrutiny. Concerns have been raised about the treatment of minorities, the shrinking space for civil society, and the crackdown on dissent. The government's response to these criticisms has been largely dismissive, further straining relations with human rights organizations. As India aspires to be a leading power, its domestic realities cannot be ignored. The government's focus on projecting an image of strength and progress must be accompanied by concrete measures to address internal challenges. Balancing its global ambitions with the needs and rights of its citizens will be crucial for India's long-term stability and international credibility. Section 5. A fractured mandate, public sentiments and electoral divisions. The 2024 election results exposed a deep-seated division within Indian society. While a significant section of the population continues to repose faith in Modi's leadership, a growing segment remains unconvinced. The results reflect a complex interplay of factors, including religious polarization, economic anxieties, and social cleavages. The BJP's success can be partly attributed to its ability to mobilize its core constituency along religious and nationalist lines. The party's Hindutva ideology, which emphasizes Hindu identity, has resonated with a section of the population, often at the expense of inclusivity and secular values. On the other hand, the opposition parties successfully tapped into the discontent stemming from economic disparities, unemployment, and rising inflation. The anxieties of the marginalized and the aspirations of the youth seeking better opportunities found expression in their support for alternative political platforms. The fractured mandate underscores the challenges of governing a diverse and pluralistic society like India. The deep-seated divisions revealed during the election campaign will require careful navigation and a commitment to dialogue and reconciliation. The onus lies on the leadership to bridge these divides and foster a sense of unity and shared purpose. Section 6. The opposition regroups, challenges and strategies for the future. The 2024 elections, despite not resulting in a regime change, provided a much-needed fillip to the beleaguered opposition. The results demonstrated that the BJP, despite its formidable machinery and charismatic leader, is not invincible. The challenge now lies in sustaining the momentum and forging a united front to challenge the BJP's hegemony. One of the key takeaways from the election is the importance of regional parties. The BJP's dependence on coalition partners highlighted the limitations of a purely national narrative. The opposition can learn from this, recognizing the need to build alliances based on shared values and a common vision for India's future. The opposition also needs to address its internal divisions and present a cohesive alternative to the electorate. Personality clashes and ideological differences have often hampered the opposition's ability to mount a serious challenge to the BJP. A united opposition with a clear agenda and effective leadership would pose a more formidable challenge in future elections. The road ahead for the opposition is arduous, but not insurmountable. By focusing on concrete issues, building a robust organization, and forging unity, the opposition can provide a viable alternative to the BJP's majoritarian politics. The future of Indian democracy rests on the ability of the opposition to revitalize itself and hold the government accountable. Section 7. An uncertain future, political fault lines, and potential tremors. As India embarks on another 5 years under Narendra Modi's leadership, uncertainties loom large. The political landscape remains fraught with fault lines that have the potential to trigger tremors in the years ahead. The task before Modi is as challenging as it is crucial to mend the societal divides exacerbated by the divisive election campaign. One significant concern is the rising tide of religious intolerance. The BJP's Hindutva agenda, while appealing to a section of the population, has alienated minorities and fueled anxieties about the future of secularism in India. Addressing these anxieties and ensuring the safety and security of all citizens, regardless of their faith, will be paramount. Another challenge is the state of the economy. While the government boasts of macroeconomic stability, issues such as unemployment, rural distress, and income inequality continue to plague the nation. Addressing these issues effectively will be critical to maintain social harmony and ensure that the benefits of growth reach all sections of society. The coming years will also test India's commitment to democratic values. The shrinking space for dissent, the pressure on institutions, and the targeting of activists have raised concerns about the health of India's democracy. Respecting the freedom of the press, upholding the autonomy of institutions, and safeguarding civil liberties are essential for any democracy to thrive. Section 8. Beyond the ballot governance, development, and social change. While electoral victories are essential in a democracy, they are merely a means to an end. The true measure of a government's success lies in its ability to govern effectively, promote development, and bring about positive social change. As Modi embarks on his third term, the focus must shift from electoral politics to the arduous task of governance. One of the key challenges facing India is bridging the gap between the rich and the poor. Despite economic growth, income inequality remains a major concern. The government needs to prioritize inclusive growth, ensuring that the benefits of development reach the most marginalized sections of society. Another pressing issue is the lack of quality education and healthcare. Investing in human capital is crucial for India's long-term progress. The government must prioritize improving the quality of public education and healthcare, making them accessible to all, regardless of their economic background. Finally, the government must address the issue of environmental degradation. Climate change poses a significant threat to India's future. The government needs to take concrete steps to reduce carbon emissions, promote sustainable development, and protect the environment for future generations. Section 9. Modi's India in the Asian Century, Promise and Peril. India stands at a crossroads, poised to play a pivotal role in the emerging Asian century. With a large and young population, a growing economy, and a vibrant democracy, India has the potential to be a global leader. However, realizing this potential requires overcoming significant challenges and making tough choices. One of the defining features of the 21st century is the rise of Asia. India, with its strategic location, economic heft, and democratic values, is well positioned to be a major player in shaping the Asian order. However, this requires a pragmatic foreign policy that balances India's interests with its commitment to international cooperation. India's success in the 21st century will depend on its ability to harness the demographic dividend. With a young and growing workforce, India has the potential to become an economic powerhouse. However, this requires creating millions of jobs, improving education and skills, and fostering an environment conducive to entrepreneurship and innovation. The path ahead for India is fraught with both promise and peril. The choices made by its leaders in the coming years will determine whether India fulfills its potential as a global leader or succumbs to the challenges that lie ahead. The world is watching, and the stakes have never been higher.